Hey y'all, my name is Carson, and I am roughly 3 months out from my Pacific Crest Trail through hike at the time of filming this, at least. And so I thought I would talk about some of the few kind of loose ends that I'm tying up as I'm getting closer and closer to my start date here. A lot of the larger preparation things have already happened, so I've had my gear for quite some time. Other than a couple of small things, I have my permit. I got that at the first permit cycle. I've have plans for how I'm taking 5, 6 months off, which, spoiler alert, it's because I'm graduating. I didn't have the difficulty of actually quitting a job or anything. So a bunch of those logistical things have already been like done and like settled for a while now, but there are like other loose ends that I'm currently wrapping up. So I thought I would share where I'm at. Um, I just bought my plane ticket to San Diego. I am currently figuring out transportation to the trailhead. I'm super lucky, and my mom wants to come with me and drop me off at the trailhead. So likely we'll rent a car and drive to Campo. But yeah, I got my plane ticket. It was pretty cheap too, so that was fun. I'm currently trying to figure out my insurance situation. I hate insurance. Everything is so confusing. And ugh, I'm sure that a lot of people can commiserate, but it's a little strange for me. I get kicked off of health insurance as soon as I graduate. And so I'm trying to figure out what makes sense for that. There's a lot of fine print. Um, the process to getting it is annoying as hell. And of course, it's annoying to be paying for anything while you'll be unemployed. But it's so important when you're doing relatively risky things on a really long through hike. Another thing I'm doing is I'm checking the snow reports for the Sierras. So there's a few websites. Postholer is the one that I'm using, and then I've heard people use a couple other ones to check the snowpack in the Sierras and other parts of the trail compared to previous years. So I think right now, as of like mid-February, it's like a little bit below average, but not by much. Like it's basically average, but I'm kind of continually watching that, which I guess doesn't really help me out because no matter what the snowpack is, I have to get through it. But I guess being mentally prepared for that and understanding like how much that may or may not affect things this year. I've also been being kind of active in some thru hiker group chats I'm in, just to kind of get my own like last minute little questions or like very specific questions answered, and also just to like interact with the community and help other folks out if I can. um, the biggest thing that I need to be doing right now is shakedown hikes, which admittedly I'm not going to be able to do as much as I wanted to. I keep getting distracted by other things in my life. I have some really cool opportunities where I'm at right now to do other cool outdoorsy things, like a lot of caving. I'm really trying to do as much caving as I can. And fun things keep popping up, and I keep committing to them. And my weekends that I'm able to do shakedown hikes are being whittled away pretty quickly. I've reserved two like 4-day chunks to do some shakedown hikes, but that might be all I get. And I think I'm okay with that. Part of that is a cockiness from already having a thru hike under my belt and being generally pretty fit, where I'm like, oh, it's fine. But I really should do some more shakedown hikes. And I simply don't know how many I'm going to get to, which leads into my next thing that I'm doing to prepare, although not really to prepare. Um, I'm trying to make the most of my life here while I still can. And that sounds funny as a like preparation thing, and maybe it isn't preparation, but I'm not going to have this same life waiting for me when I get back, because I am graduating from college. I'm in my last semester of college and I've got a couple months left. And so, yes, one of my priorities is preparing for the PCT, but also one of my priorities is making the most of what I have here while I still have it. Because everyone else I know, more or less, will be gone after I'm gone. So I'm having a good time doing that, even if it means I have a few less shakedown hikes under my belt. The next thing that I'm currently doing to prepare is I'm kind of honing in on my on-trail budget. So I've had like a spreadsheet about my intentions with budgeting for my thru hike. But I'm trying to like make sure that it gets more specific and also figure out a system for making sure that I follow it on trail. So likely that'll be something similar to what I do in everyday life, which is at the end of a month, sit down and like detail out what I spent on what and how that fits into my budgeting categories. But there's still some like logistical figuring to make sure that all of that is just as feasible as it usually is while I'm on trail. And then, I mean, the last thing really that I'm doing is just I'm trying to get super excited. I'm trying to get super stoked. Um, Granted, trying is probably not correct. I am very excited. I'm very stoked. I'm really just like thinking about it all day, every day because it's so close now. It's less than 3 months away, which is crazy. It'll be here before I know it. And so I feel like I'm trying to kind of like revel in that and let myself get really excited. And also, like I said earlier, kind of communicate with other folks who are also going to be through hiking to, I don't know, get excited for that. I'm also trying to make some videos about it and talk about it with people and stuff like that. So with that being said, those are kind of like what I'm currently doing to prepare. I think that those are some of my last steps. If you have anything random as far as through hike preparation that you're curious about if I did or when I did, feel free to drop a comment below. And if you want to see more through hiking content, make sure to subscribe. I'll be posting other preparation videos, and also once I'm on trail, I'll be vlogging it. And then I also post a bunch of other stuff about caving or ultra running or other things like that. So if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe. And thanks for watching.